Welcome to Saber Spotlight, where we cover Sauhegan's weekly events and highlights from after-school activities to sports and important events. I'm Sam Corbett.
And I'm Emma Williams.
And I'm Lauren Adrianson.
Let's take a look at this past week. This week, Lindsay and I interviewed Simone Dodge and Mary Rotoff about the climate change walkout happening today. Here's what they had to say.
Students across the globe have been protesting for a change regarding the issue of climate change. This Friday, Sauhegan has a walkout organized by Simone Dodge.
Hi, my name is Simone Dodge and I am a senior.
Hi, I'm Mary Rotoff and I'm also a senior.
So, climate change is when the regional climate patterns around the world begin to shift, which is actually natural, and the Earth goes through climate change every so often. But what's different about the events that are happening now is that they're caused by humans, so it's anthropogenic climate change, and they're caused by carbon emissions and fossil fuels, which is not the normal pattern that we see in the past with climate change, which is usually caused by natural changes like volcanic eruptions.
Like, for example, currently we're supposed to have like mild winters because of where we are located, but instead we can span from anywhere from like a super extreme winter of like 5 feet of snow in like one snowstorm to like no snow at all up until March.
In Louisiana, there are football fields of land being lost every day to rising sea levels, and if we look at even the increase in natural disasters such as hurricanes, that's all part of climate change. So on Friday, we're organizing a climate walkout. You may have heard of the 16-year-old climate activist from Sweden. Her name is Greta Thunberg. She has Asperger's, and she has been striking for the climate since the beginning of the school year last year and has gathered international attention for what she's done. And she started this movement called Fridays for Future, where students around the globe have been striking every single Friday from school to demand action on climate change. So this Friday, Sauhegan will be having a walkout during fourth period from 10:10 to 10:40 in between the annex and the main building to discuss climate change, to take action, to figure out how can Sauhegan be more environmentally friendly. And you'll have the opportunity to sign pledges like, I will pledge to use reusable water bottle, or I will pledge to go plastic free for 1 week.
We just want to create more of an awareness about what it is that's happening, because I feel like a lot of people don't even really understand what it is in general.
The walkout is anticipated to be highly attended.
Thanks, Simone and Mary, for updating us on this topic.
This week, I interviewed Sarah Aspinwall, a senior here at Sauhegan and a member of Ethics Forum, about a presentation that her and a few other students will be attending this Friday at a student voice conference in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here's what she had to say. Sarah Aspinwall, along with other members of Sauhegan's Ethics Forum, have been preparing this presentation for months, hoping to encourage other schools to start more student-led groups and encourage as much student voice as possible.
This Friday, me and a group from Ethics Forum are heading to Portsmouth to present at a student voice conference. We are presenting to a bunch of superintendents from New England. Our goals in presenting is to hopefully encourage other schools to start something like Ethics Forum and really encourage the student voice and leadership that Ethics Forum has brought to Sauhegan. I'll be going with Megan Tupai, Lauren Adrianson, Amanda Jordan, and Nora Cummings. We have been working on this presentation for a few months now, and we're presenting about what Ethics Forum really has to offer, and hopefully that other schools will take what we've done with Ethics Forum at Sauhegan and implement it in their own schools.
The group hopes to continue to encourage other schools around New Hampshire as well as the region to participate in more student voice and student-led activities and to follow the lead of Ethics Forum. Good luck on your presentation.
Edmorphia interviewed Chef Mark on what it's like working here in the kitchen at Sauhegan High School. Here's what he had to say.
This week, I sat down with Chef Mark, the head chef at Sauhegan, to learn all about how he got into the food industry, when he started here, and why he loves working at Sauhegan.
My name is Mark Newton. I am the chef and kitchen manager at Sauhegan High School. I have been here for 6 years, completed and starting October 1st. And I have a great staff of 5 members and myself, and looking to add one more to that at this point. I worked previously in restaurant trade for 20 to 25 years, and the kitchen manager position here was opening up, and I was ready to move on and change of lifestyle to be able to actually do things on weekends. And so I applied for the job, and there was, I think, roughly 40 people applying for it. And I was very fortunate to get it. I started working in a butcher shop when I was 14 years old, and deli, and so I always had dealt with food, the food industry, and I originally thought I wanted to be a high school geography teacher, and went to Keene State for a year right out of high school, and decided that wasn't for me, and it just was right in front of my face the whole time. I had already at that point been working with food for 12 years, and said, why not just take the classes that I needed to get my degree in culinary arts. We're prepping for the next date, so that way when I walk in the back door at 5 in the morning, I already have breakfast all set up. It's just a matter of heating it up, getting coffee started, putting stuff in the ovens, and then I can start prepping for lunch. And so basically from say 6:30 to 10 o'clock, I'm working on lunch at that point, and we have lunch ready to go at 10:30, and we go until, now we're up until 2:45. And so it's basically all the cooking is done by 11:30 the latest. I really like to try to get the students to try some different Southern foods. My favorite style of cooking is New Orleans cuisine, Cajun Creole. Other Southern foods like dining chicken and waffles. I ran that last week, and for those who've had it before, they always get it again. For those that haven't, I encourage them to try it, and once they do, they get it again. It's good for them. I always like it when I can change somebody's mind or opinion on what they think they really wouldn't like, and then once they try it, they do. Well, I love my staff. I love the staff as a whole in the Sauhegan High School, and I hope to be here for another 10 years.
The Sauhegan community thanks you for all you do, Chef Mark.
Thank you for everything you do, Chef Mark.
This week, I interviewed Daniel Trzepacz, a Sauhegan athlete committed to a Division I college. Here's what he had to say.
Hi, my name is Daniel Trzepacz, and I'm a senior at Sauhegan High School.
Dan is committed to a D1 program here in the Northeast.
I'm committed to the University of Delaware for baseball.
You don't just wake up good at something. Dan has been playing baseball for most of his life and has played at many different levels.
I've been playing baseball for around 11 years now. I started in recreational local ball, and then I went to All-Stars around the time I was 12, which is a little more local, Northeast area. And then from there it's to travel ball, and then high school and the AU.
Dan's had a love for the game since he was little, and that's what's influenced him to make it this far.
I just really love to do it, so obviously I would do it a lot, and then I got good at it because I did it a lot, and then that made me like it more, so that's how I got to where I am now.
Congratulations, Daniel.
We'll know you'll do great things.
And that's all for this week, Sabers.
We'll see you next week with some more news.